tech stuff. I'm just trying to.
You just pause it?
No, we straight going.
Oh.
Nothing at all.
From the ground up. Remember that.
You hear me?
From the ground up.
And we gonna keep going. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I need, Rich. I just
That's the story of my life.
You know,
Everything I ever dealt with in my life, everything I approached, I had to get it and start from the very beginning. Never was the one that had a OG, a big brother, you know,
damn.
or even a big cousin. I ain't never
Son.
had nobody just put me on.
Son.
I never had that.
Son.
Anything I involved,
Son.
I had to start from the fucking bottom.
That shit crazy that you saying that, son, because I feel the exact same way.
I ain't never
The
had
exact
a nigga
same
put me
way.
on.
The
Nothing.
exact same way I did always.
Everything
Whatever
I
I
ever did,
it was
legally
like,
and illegally, I had to figure it out.
whatever I did, it was just like,
I ain't never had a nigga be like, look, this my little brother, I'm putting him on so y'all niggas know how to. I had to figure all that shit out.
I would say the closest thing that I ever had to a nigga put me on was like, was a nigga telling me, say something, you know how to play trombone? You might want to just come play trombone for a brass band, son. For you know how to play guitar, it's almost the same shit. Nigga just told me that. I was like, all right, cool. That's what I would say that's like putting me on some shit.
I had none of that shit.
I had that one time in my life, so I can say that.
Even when I played basketball, every team that I got on, I was always the outcast. I was the outcast at first. Till I had to prove myself. You dig? That's the story of my fucking life. I swear. But you know, it builds a certain type of character.
It's supposed to. It really like what we say. What build character? It's hard times, right? Pandemics build character. When we said that, what? A year ago, 2 years ago, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know, like fuck, hard times just build character. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that make you think. That make you think like, as a father.
Mm-hmm.
As a father, like how do you get your kids to build character and still feel like you're protecting them?
Well, you gotta. That's why you have tests. You gotta test them. They're going to be tested. And then after you test them, whatever the results is, you have to talk about it. You gotta ask them why they did that, and why they went pick that way. Why did they go left instead of right?
That's real. I mean, cause I always wondered about that too. Like it's like, fuck.
A lot of people, but no, when you think about it,
and, you know,
that's how
a little girl.
That's how a lot of people's life go, like take a left turn because they never had nobody to actually talk about the decisions that they made or have some type of insight on, man, you know what, I think it'll be better if you go this way because if you go that way, and I know you're stern on going that way, but bing, this, and this can happen.
Right.
And a lot of people don't have that shoulder to lean on like that. Some people just be like, fuck it. I make mistakes. But if you had that person, that shit probably would save a nigga a lot of time.
It would. So it's like, how do you play it though? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, as being on the other side now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole part. It's like, especially for me, like being as young as I am.
Yeah.
But obviously, by the time we get to that time where I'm gonna be like, okay, my fault is, you feel what I'm saying? Still young on some shit, but I guess, you know, these next 10 years is gonna tell a whole lot. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna build a whole lot of character for it, possibly, because you think about it, it's like, fuck, being as young as you are, even like in certain points of your life, as you keep living, you know, you really like learn new lessons, you know, as you continue to move forward. So it's like, how do you, again, like, create that environment of like protection up to like whatever standard you set for yourself.
Well,
but still allow, like, I guess, the room, you know what I'm saying, for them to live and like build character and just that and the third or whatever like that. I feel like that might be. I feel like that's kind of tough on some shit.
It's really not on some shit if you're not, you know, hard-headed to the fact that a wise man learns from fools.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're sitting around paying attention to other people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and their decision making and seeing what they're doing, and that'll save you a lot of time too. If you're, you know what I'm saying?
Now let me tell you, that's how, to be quite honest, that's how I survived on some shit. Is being a visual learner of like of life. Like really being a visual learner of life. Like, oh, I see these niggas doing this. I see these niggas doing this. You know, okay, I see how they turned out. That wasn't good. I see how they turned out. That was all right. I see how these people turned out. That's fine. Which way I'm gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like fuck, like, and as you sit back and just watch people, like, as they live their lives, you feel what I'm saying? Like, especially as a young person, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, that's one trait that you should teach your kids is to literally be observant.
Be very observant.
Be observant. Cause
know how to be sociable.
Yeah, and that's gonna teach people two things. I feel like, I think when you teach a kid to be observant, kids tell the truth all the fucking time, all the time.
Right.
So you teach a kid to be observant, it'll hold adults accountable.
A lot of stupid shit they do.
For real, it'll hold adults accountable with a lot of stupid shit that they do, and you feel what I'm saying? It'll make a child aware of what to look for and what not to look for in adults. So it's like it's easier for a child to like discern which adults to be around and which adults not to be around. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, even with kids, especially for kids, like it's so easy, you know what I'm saying? If you teach a kid to be observant, be like, well, then, you know, what do you want to happen? Like, you want to be in trouble or you want to have good things to happen? Like, when you see good things happen, you know, how does it, you know what I'm saying, make you feel good, right? Boom, like this is what you want to do all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you just gotta try to make shit that simple for a child. It's like, so when you teach them to like look for those things, I think like, you feel what I'm saying, that's at least one trait, you feel what I'm saying, that everybody should be able to teach their child, or that they should teach their child so that they can, you know, just know what to do and how to survive in the world.
Fucking right. You better teach your child how to say, stranger, stranger.
Shit like that. That shit is important.
That shit is very important.
Just to be looking, you know what I'm saying? Just to be observing, just to be looking around, just watching, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing, you know, what's what and who's who. I think that shit important. You gotta know that.
Yeah, man. Kids, bro. The future.
Oh, you got a charger. Fuck out.
Huh?
You got an iPhone charger?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Man, look at that.
So I'm online over here.
I got one too. I got one that's in my bag right here.
I'm online over here. That's what I'm saying. And that wire long. Yeah.
That's why I'm looking
big
at it.
cables over here. Go ahead. You ain't attached to nothing.
No, I know that. I'm just trying to make sure I don't hit
You know, yank that bitch down, man.
Yeah. Not even yanking that bitch. I want to make sure I don't just hit that bitch and then just start, you know. Technical, you know what? We getting this shit together. Not even much technical difficulties out here. I just want to make sure that we. Boom, let me see something. You hear me? We just had to make sure, yeah, we Gucci. I just had to make sure some shit was straight real quick. Just real quick, fuck. We getting it together. Y'all gonna see this. Y'all gonna see these. Y'all gonna see these videos. These videos fire.
Dog,
Especially on this little
one of these
little
cameras.
doohickey right here.
I bet you any money if we use that camera, that's gonna change a lot of shit, brother.
So we gotta set it up. That's all. We just gotta get it set up.
Hold on, let me
Let's
put
see
this
what's
on
on.
the dog.
Let's see what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a slight pause for a word to cause and have a message brought to you by our sponsors. Nola Body Herbs, Exo Joe's Crab, you feel what I'm saying? Shout out. You dig what I'm saying? We on this for real. But like I was saying, when his big bad ass come back, we gotta really talk about this. So this summer, ladies and gentlemen, I got a lot going on this summer. A lot going on. We just finished school, so that's finished. I got a couple of things I gotta do some research on. What today is? Today Monday? Oh yeah, we gotta get it in. So I'm gonna go into the lab right quick, do some research on a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? Get some things popping off on the start of June, or like right after the start of June, so we can get this, get this shmoney rolling in. You know what I'm saying? For real. And simply saying that because, I have my one bundle of joy that has been here, that's about to be 1 year old, and everyone loves and adore her. But I also have another bundle of joy on the way. I know. You gotta let her know, you know what I'm saying? She gotta stay up off me, real talk. She gotta keep her hands up. It's crazy. I don't understand what it is, you know what I'm saying? I guess I'm irresistible or some shit. But Shawty gotta just, she just gotta, throw some water on that thing, you know what I'm saying? Some cold water. And we'll all be good. You feel what I'm saying? I have my faults. I got my faults and shit. But at the same time, we're gonna blame her. Okay, cool. And that's just, that's kind of how I'm really rolling with it. And I don't really understand why anybody else would feel any differently. Like, come on. So we just gonna roll with that. You know what I'm saying? So I got two. You feel what I'm saying? I'm about to have 2 under 2. Yeah, it's a super blessing, you know what I'm saying? So kind of announcing this to the world, 2 under 2. And it's gonna be I think it's just gonna be an amazing experience. You know what I'm saying? Especially me being this age, I think this is the perfect time for me to actually have kids. Being at the age of 30 and really at the helm of, my hands and feet is at the forefront of my destiny. I have it right here. And not even just because of my age, but just because of of just God and where He's bringing me towards and what we're going towards. You know what I'm saying? Just how in the mindset that I have taken from the beginning of this process to now. It's just, I'm eternally grateful. I'm eternally grateful of how how humbling of a process it's been of just going through this, you know what I'm saying, with my girl and we just, growing and moving towards just better things. So this shit is wild. It's wild. It's a wild experience, especially some people would say bringing kids into the world with how fucked up the world is and what's going on with this. They're man, the world been fucked up. People been going through shit. We've been going through shit. You feel what I'm saying? And people still having kids. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's and we having families. And we're gonna protect our families. And we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to protect our family. You feel what I'm saying? That's just one thing that, I feel can make the world a better place though. The one thing that people telling you not to do is the one thing that can make the world a better place, in my opinion. You make the world a better place by, raising great children. You know what I'm saying? And in order for you to raise good children, it's at least once you have a kid, you try your best to be a great adult. So at least once you have a kid, you try your best to be a great adult so that your child can see what a great adult is. What a good person is. And then they'll follow suit. So if the world fucked up, it's because you fucked up. So Why would I want to not have children because you fucked up? And you telling me to not have kids. You know what I'm saying? We just being like that, you know. So that's my opinion on it. And then of course, with the eternal Heavenly Father, I'm not worried about a team at all. He made it so we're just gonna keep rocking with it. And then, so boom. So that's my, you know, major, you know, announcement or whatever for the day. He kind of, well, he ain't missing. He already know though. He just walked back in the camera or some shit. I just told everybody that I'm having another baby.
You said don't have another baby? That's fucked up.
That I am having another baby.
Oh.
That's literally the exact opposite of what I just said. You gonna go back and watch the video and be like,
My bad.
nah, you Gucci. But, yeah.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that, man.
Big responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Real big, man.
Absolutely.
You know what you're having yet?
Not yet. We have the results, but we're gonna wait until until a grand reveal. We're gonna have us a nice little reveal pretty soon. Everyone's gonna know about it. Everyone's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna see. Appreciate
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I watched
Just trying to be a family
Mr.
man.
Terry S. White go from savage to a family man. Yes.
Man, I don't even know what he's talking about.
I watched it. I watched the whole transformation. I was there. I was there, man. I can really say I was a pillar.
Man, it's crazy because it's the same thing. Like, same thing on my end. Like, I didn't see this man. You know what I'm saying? Went from,
What?
man, I don't want no kids. I don't want no kids to like. Man, my daughter is the greatest thing in the world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was there for that transition too.
Fucking
That
right,
shit was
boy.
fun. That shit was crazy. It was crazy how it happened. Like, how he told me the story. It was like, she just bust out crying. I was like, damn, for real? I was like, what you did? He was like, I ain't do nothing. I was like, what?
That shit was crazy, dog.
So that's like, boy, my story of how I found out Joe's pregnant was even crazy.
Right.
So I don't even think I ever told you this.
Wow.
I ain't never told you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, son. So boom. So like the story of that situation is really crazy. It's like me and Shawty was like, we was real tight. Probably like when that was 2021. We was rocking with each other, both single still. You know what I'm saying? But we was rocking with each other real heavy, like in the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like March, April. And then, like February, March, April, like we was rocking with each other heavy. rock on, we kind of like fell off a little bit. And then, boom, Hurricane Ida came. So with Hurricane Ida, she didn't really know what's going on, with hurricane, and we was talking about evacuating, blah, 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 blah. So it was like, all right, well, boom. And she was like, I got family with me and I understand what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't, if you go somewhere, like, at least can I, at least follow you or come with you, just down there, whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever, let me see what's up. Boom, I decided to dip. She came with me. Boom, we head out there to Memphis. Came back. Everything, cleared up, whatever. We like, parted ways after that.
Right.
Or some shit. So after we parted ways, I kind of started, dealing with this other little situation. And with the other little situation, it was like some shit that was just like, that was always there, but not, we just never just acted upon it. So it was like, it was real natural as to, to fuck with it. So in dealing with the other situation, nothing too serious for real. But we you know, we kind of in that moment are starting to decide like, yeah, let's see where this goes. Let's continue to, you know what I'm saying, build on this and see where it goes. So like, of course, there was like actions here and actions there that, you know, to, you know, to kind of like establish that we was, in conversation with each other on that level. So we worked at the same spot. You feel what I'm saying? At my old school. Not this one, at the old school. So we worked there. So I'm chilling in her classroom after school. It's like me, her, and like her best friend. Best friend worked at the school too. We all chilling in the classroom. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and this like maybe about 3 weeks, maybe close to a month after me and Charlotte parted ways. I just get a text message. Bloop. Where you at? It's like I'm at work still. It's like, what you doing? It was like, can you talk? I was like, no, not right now. I was like, no, not right now. I was like, what you trying to say? Like, I'm confused. Like, what are we talking about? Like, no, I'm like, no, right now. Put my phone down. I said like it was a long pause before the next text message came. So probably like a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Bloop. Pick my phone. I looked at my phone. It was a picture. 2 pregnancy tests that said pregnant. I was like,
While you were sitting in the classroom with you told them right then and there?
Yeah. I reacted. Like, there was nothing, like, I was like, oh, what the fuck, man? Like, I reacted, I'm like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe it didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? Especially after we didn't, kind of separated on some shit. It was just like, and I'm just like, oh, like, what the fuck going on? Like, boom, and I'm up in that bitch, like, just kind of like, not saying nothing, but still like kind of like fucked up about it. They like, what's going on? What's going on? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like we walked outside and I told her, like, yeah, she, boom, showed the messages, boom, boom, boom. You feel what I'm saying? And it wasn't a secret or nothing like that. So once it happened, it just was like, yeah, like, and so it just like, I was a little fucked up about it just because of the timing of the situation. You feel what I'm saying? If this would have happened 4 months prior, 5 months prior, then it'd be like, all right, like, yeah, we rocking with it, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but since we kind of like had some time and some things happen, just was like, well, man, maybe it's best if we like just part ways for a little bit. Like, let's not whatever. It was like, all right, cool, like, fuck it, and then boom. That's how it happened.
Wow.
Now, I got 2 other things. And I'm a happy man. To be quite honest.
That nigga's true.
For real.
That's real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something settling about having a family and knowing that my family is happy.
That's our jobs, man. That's what we work hard
There's
for.
something settling about that. Like, I appreciate that piece.
We work hard for to see those smiles on those faces.
I appreciate that piece. Like,
And everybody's comfortable. Everybody's
yeah.
kosher. Because we don't have time for the dumb shit. And we all know the dumb shit is ain't Lord and shit.
Man, it's crazy. It's rampant. Dumb shit is rampant.
Oh, that bitch gets shot at you like a machine gun. Picture that. All of them was different bullets, but was all different bullshit coming at you.
From just every which way. For no reason. Some of those bullets you're dodging.
Semi-auto.
Some of them you're dodging.
Some of them you dodging. Some of them bitches headshots.
And you just gotta eat it. Like, it ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna kill you. That's the whole thing about it. It's not gonna kill you.
Just don't panic. You
got
gotta
a nose, man. I got a book.
tuck in your bottom lip, bite down, and hold on.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta do something.
Yeah. Like a man. But yeah, when I remember I came inside, I walked in the house. Matter of fact, B had called me that day and was like, "What time you coming home?" Wow, why do women, when they gotta tell you that they pregnant, I understand it is a big deal, right? But like, why I gotta be on some, I gotta tell you something. Say it then! Fuck!
Like,
You
really?
got me on the phone. Like, say what it is. I gotta tell you something. You called me to tell me that you have to tell me something. Okay, I'm listening. Say it. Don't tell me that you have to tell me.
You gotta say it in person.
Like, what is that called? You're telling me that you have to tell me. That's called something.
It's anticipation. That's what it's called.
Is that what it is? You sure about that?
Anticipation. Yeah, it's the anticipation of saying, of letting you know that this is important. So whatever it is that you're doing, because this is the imagination behind it. It's like, I'm gonna tell you that I gotta tell you something, but obviously because I'm telling you that I gotta tell you something, I can't tell you over the phone, or I'm not going to tell you over the phone. So this is very important.
But
So that's what you know that person is thinking in their mind, that this is so important that I need your presence. So I'm just telling you to. I'm not.
Yeah. So when you come home quick. I'm like.
Yeah. So she said that, right?
She was just like, I'm gonna tell you when you get home.
So, but she didn't tell you how fast to get home.
Nah, she was just like, I'm gonna
She
tell you.
wanted you to make that decision.
Like she was like, I'm gonna tell you when you get home, right? So I'm like, okay.
So now you trying to get home.
I forgot what I was doing. I don't know if I was coming home from work. I was going home anyways, though, right?
All right.
Yeah. So I forgot what I was doing. I think I was coming home from work or something, because I remember I had a uniform on, my work uniform. So I'm coming home. I come inside, right? Now, let me say this. I don't think you're recording.
What are you talking
On the
about? Boy, yes, how many is?
oh, that bitch is moving. It looked like that bitch wasn't moving.
Yeah,
But
I got it set on to where it don't move that fast. Shit.
Nah, at the same time, nigga be playing games too. You feel me? I thought that bitch wasn't moving. That's moving. I thought that bitch wasn't moving. But so, you know, like I fuck with B like that sometimes. Like I hit her up, I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna tell you when you get home, right? So she rushing home. She's like, boy, what happened? What happened? Put extra onions on my hamburger. Stupid shit like that, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I thought B was fucking with me on some shit when she was good. And you know, she big pregnant. She got me going to get hamburgers and shit 2 o'clock in the morning, right?
Where you was getting the burgers from?
Sometimes it'll always be cooked burgers. Sometimes
you have to.
Yeah, you don't be no like no fast food
yeah,
shit.
You can't get no fast food.
I used to go to the bingo hall.
All right, that's a
The
good
bingo
spot.
hall.
That's a good spot, boy. Get you some food at the bingo hall. Boy,
Yeah, that bitch.
bingo hall contributed.
I brought you over there before?
Boy, what you mean? Brought me over there.
I think I did brought you over there before, boy. The bingo hall at Gretna?
Yeah, I've been over there, got food.
I put you on that, TT. You don't remember the
I was
first time I
doing all
brought
that.
you over there?
Son, my old lady grandma go to the bingo hall right there.
That don't mean nothing.
What I'm trying to tell you is that I've been got food out of there. Like, been got food out of there.
Yeah,
When I was living in Gretna.
They food nice, dude. I think I brought you over there.
Yeah, we went over there together one time too.
I think that was your first time eating that shit too.
No, it wasn't, brother.
You went to the bingo hall in Metairie over out Cleveland?
The one that's way in the back in the strip mall?
I think that it
On
was
South
the
Cliffview
Louisiana,
side?
the lottery and all that, Piccadilly and all
yeah,
that.
what's on South Cliffview side?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't been over there.
Oh,
They
that-
still got that big
I
hall
used to
over there?
I used to be in that bitch with my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still got that big hall back there?
I don't know.
What's the matter, baby?
She's probably trying to come see what's up.
Come here.
Come on, Will. You all right?
Come on, baby.
Come on in.
Come on, baby.
I think she's straight. She just couldn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
We good. All is well. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take care of kids all the time. Oh yeah, we straight. I'm Gucci now. But yeah, man. So being a family man, I think is cool, dog. Like I just, I know it's gonna come with its challenges, but one of the things that I can honestly say trying to transition into being a family man is, it's weird though. Like, no, it's not weird. It's not weird because I have two things that I really want to say about this shit. It's like, you always. My hardest lessons are the lessons that I learned the most. And I said the most lessons that I learned are like those mental lessons within myself of like who I am and like how I approach things, and then understanding like my approach to certain things is literally is sometimes the one thing that can garner a more positive outcome for what I want in the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my mama always taught me, it's like, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
My mama always taught me that. She always told me that, like, 'cause I guess as I grew older, you feel what I'm saying? I was a little rigid and just kind of straightforward about shit, just really like, just fairly blunt about things, like it is what it is. But she always told me, it's like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it's like, I'm learning that is so true as a man. Like, as a man being in a relationship with a woman, like, that is very true.
Yeah, you gotta think about how you say shit.
You gotta think about how you say things, not only that, but also you have to think about how you approach problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I did something, you feel what I'm saying? Like, because this is like one thing that I was like, I attribute everybody to go to like couples counseling before getting married. Like, if you're on the verge of getting married, I think you should go to premarital counseling.
Why?
Because like it's helped me understand a whole lot more of like what she wants, especially because it gives both parties the opportunity to like sit down and actually think about what it is, make sure it makes sense, and then bring it in front of somebody, because there's a mediator, and so you always want to have like that check, those checks and balances. You feel what I'm saying? Like, having a third party that's there, that's gonna be able to like guide your thoughts or like guide both of y'all's like, understanding to meeting each other where y'all need to be at, is like very, very important to me, especially when going into marriage, not just like after you marry. It's like when going into marriage, it's like when you make practice of those things while going into marriage, you feel what I'm saying? It makes the transition of marriage much smoother, in my opinion. So it's like, now it's like, okay, my duties as a husband are like already on my mind. You feel what I'm saying? And are already like being put into place, already have been put into place. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like, we wouldn't even be in a situation if like there weren't certain characteristics that I, would already have in display. You know what I'm saying? Just with them, within the individual.
Well,
but I just think that that's important. It put a lot on my mind, and it made me, it made me understand something about myself that was like, that avoided, that would literally made me understand something about myself that I think avoided, I will now avoid a negative reaction to something while I'm married, because I now have this understanding of the relationship before I got In my humblest opinion, I'm not married yet. Again, I'm just talking about my experience and what I'm experiencing living it like right now.
Well, for me, your relationship is all on you and that other person because everybody's relationship is different, so the rules doesn't apply. Are there ultimate rules for a marriage? Yes, there are, right? But at the same time, you know, every marriage is different, so what's good in somebody else's marriage might not be good in your marriage, right? Secondly, if you love that person, like you say you love them, right? And the things that you would do for a person that you love, that's being a good husband. You feel me? It ain't no fucking, it's not like, it ain't no book that you can read or somebody can teach you how to be the good person in a relationship. When you love somebody, you're gonna do what you know, just shit out the kindness of your heart for that person. That's what makes you a good husband and a good wife. Like real talk.
But I think they got another side to that though.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You've been with somebody for so long. You know, y'all ain't been with each other for a little minute before y'all got married. Like niggas ain't just meet somebody in January and then they get married in March. I mean, people do that shit, but that's not like logical. We talking about a logical relationship, right? Niggas might be with that person for like 4 or 5 years before they get married. Shit like that. Like you kind of have an idea of who this person is, what they like, what they don't like, because of the years y'all shared, right? And that person has also accepted the fact what they love about you, what you do for them, even though if it's not being talked about. You know what I'm saying? It could be an unspoken truth or whatever. And those type of things is what gives you that platform of sitting high in a relationship. You're a fucked up person. You're a fucked up person. It's nothing nobody can do to make you to be a good husband per se. You fucked up. You're gonna be fucked up in a relationship. If you're a good person, 9 times out of 10.
And that's why, and which is why I say what I say. It's like, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. Again, yes, but there's also another side to it though. And we have to account for, you know what I'm saying, the ability for one to change. We can't take that away. You can't, for anybody, man or woman. You know
Let me say this. In a relationship,
especially because of the situation.
In a relationship, it's like change is inevitable. Right? It's inevitable. Now, when we say change dealing with a relationship, right? This is what I'm thinking.
This bitch just leaning that way. Alright. I
What,
thought I was tripping. Yeah. I'm like, why the fuck I'm leaning to the side like this? But that's what it really is though, but that, you know, it just got me on a little lean or some shit, but I'm straight.
Change, right?
Right.
So, is that the right word to use? Because I feel like,
I mean,
when you're loving somebody and I guess something changes, like say for the better, it's like, as you get older with that person, your love is exaggerated. You feel me? I don't know if that would be like a change, but like as the more you're with somebody, the love is exaggerated. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm talking about as far as you say, if you get into a relationship you know, if you're a fucked up person, whether you're into a relationship or
I'm
out of a
saying,
relationship.
if you're a fucked up person and you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all been together for 4 years, y'all decide to get married, that person knew you was a fucked up person, they accepted you like that.
No, but what I'm saying is, well, no, okay, so what I'm saying is, I'm saying like, yes, that's quite possible. But for the sake of a particular situation, you know what I'm saying? Whether the person was fucked up or not, you know what I'm saying?
When you got with that person, you
Whether
came
they
around-
either got with that person
I
or
got an example of that.
or a child, you know what I'm saying, came into the play
I got
or
an
whatever,
example of
like
that.
something happened
I
that
know.
could possibly spark a change in
Check this out.
individual.
I got a fire
I'm saying
example
that
of
you
that.
just gotta account for that part. Go ahead.
I know somebody who in the band world, you heard me, they was kind of fucked up out here on some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a fucked up relationship and everything. But they fucked around and ran into I guess you could say they true love, but they didn't know at the time when they met, right?
Right.
But, and shout out to her too. Every time I see her, I show her love. Cause I watched this girl literally change a nigga whole appearance around this bitch.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You heard me? Like, changed his whole life compared to what he was before he was with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there when they first met, when they was getting to know each other. I was there for all that. I done seen all type of arguments. I was there for a lot of shit. And just to see where they at now, that shit really is a blessing. You know, for both of them, for him especially. Because that boy, it wasn't no turning back for him at that point in his life on some shit. And I'm pretty sure he could say the same. If he don't have, you know, too much pride about himself on how he was seeing himself at that time in his life.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody knew you was fucked up. Yeah, I mean, nigga knew you was fucked up. It wasn't no secret. But that nigga met this chick and she shook him back like a 4.5. You heard me? I'm talking about. She just turned 360-degree turnaround. And that's a beautiful thing, man. That, you know, me and my wife, I always tell my wife all the time, love trump everything. You heard me? Like, love trumps everything. You give somebody a little
I
love,
benefited from a story like that.
Right, you give somebody some love, that shit will
Like,
change a nigga life.
like I benefited literally from, you know, like my mom, you know what I'm saying, showing my stepdad that kind of love. You feel what I'm saying? My stepdad was out here bad. You feel what I'm saying? And literally, because of like the love that she showed that boy, like he changed his ways. You feel what I'm saying? And then, you know, just became a great father figure for me. Like I said, ever since I was like 12, 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? Became like me and him still clicked tight even, you know, after my mom passing. So it's like he's still, you know, he's still there. You know what I'm saying? Like what enough love to even have, you know what I'm saying, his current wife, you know what I'm saying, treat me with just the same amount of respect and love, you know, my whole family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying, I understand as a man of when you have a certain power or when you yield a certain power, you feel what I'm saying? Like when that power is used in a good way, how it really can change the world.
It really can.
It really can change the world.
It really can.
It can change the world.
Love trumps.
Love trumps all for real.
Yeah.
That's real talk. It really can change the world on some shit because, you know, shit is when you. That's the one thing about good deeds and evil deeds. You feel what I'm saying? I learned this. Get on your fucking Chinese movies, boy. Get on your fucking kung fu movies. You feel what I'm saying? I learned this from the 5 Dragons. silly fool. Don't you know that only bad deeds travel? Good deeds are only when they're only one and done. But when you do a bad deed, that bad deed travels from person to person to person. So maximize your good deeds, because remember your bad deeds are always travel further than your good deeds.
Facts.
Straight up and down, boy. Get on y'all shit. Man, look, I gotta get out of here, because, you know what I'm saying, I gotta go to Sam's and shit.
Really
And then, you know what I'm
low.
saying, get some supplies for the family or whatever like that. But you know, y'all gonna be seeing this up. This gonna be up. Raw Talk Podcast, you already know we out here in this bit. Hit us up on the motherfucking TikToks at Raw Talk Pod 01. Hit us on the Twitter _ Raw Talk Podcast. Hit us on the gram _ Raw Talk Podcast. Cause guess what? It's your most humble and gracious host, TT. Like my fucking dog right here with me.
Swear about the line, you heard?
And it's the Raw Talk Podcast. Bless your show right quick, brother, before we head
This is
out.
the day that the Lord has made.
Mm-hmm.
Let us rejoice.
You know?
And be glad in it.
All praise, all honor, all glory to the one true God up above, for I am nothing without He. Appreciate you, big brother, for letting us break bread. We out of here.
All of that.
You know.